you're all desperate for the FIFA videos to appear, presumably. I'm recording this like 2 weeks in the past to give me time to record said FIFA videos once the game comes out. But that's beside the point. I'm going to assume you're all desperate for them. Well, don't worry. Worry not. The reason long-haired Kev from the past is doing this rather than recent had a haircut doesn't have to wear a hat on video Kev is because that version of me is sat right now recording FIFA content ready to come out in a few days time. Don't worry, the Football Manager stuff's not going to stop. We're going to carry on daily with Football Manager, but starting from Friday we're going to have an epic launch extravaganza for FIFA. There's going to be an episode of FIFA out on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll I don't know, take it from there and figure out how often we're going to do it depending on how well received it is. But enough of that FIFA nonsense. We've got a Europa League to win. Is that what it's called? Hello and welcome to part 32 of the Milan mission. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we are away against St Etienne in the second leg of our Europa League first knockout round game. Goodness me, that's a mouthful, and we're 2-0 up in the first leg as well. And then we're away against Napoli in the league. Since you were last with me, good form has continued. In fact, we've won every game since you've been away, so if you lot want to just disappear for a little while, maybe come back once we've won something. I don't know, cover your eyes, watch through your fingers, and perhaps the game won't realise you're there. So yeah, we're doing quite well. Jack Butland has just decided, I'm in Italy, I'm just not going to concede goals anymore. So he's played, 10 games for us now, and he's only conceded 1 goal. So that's how Jack Butland rolls. You lot all laughed when I signed him for £35 million. He's an absolute hero. Watch him ruin today. Also, I didn't notice until I just turned the game on just now. Somehow this has happened. We're 14 points clear at the top of the league. That escalated quickly, didn't it? I don't know. I guess Juventus lost a few games. Shall we have a look? Shall we do some sleuthing? Get to the bottom of this interesting situation. Wow, they didn't lose any games, but they seem to have forgotten you're supposed to try and win some. In fact, since beating us, they've only won 4 games. So hopefully we're going to be with a good chance of winning the league. So this is our team for today's game in the second leg of the first knockout round of the Europa League, and we are a little bit rotated because I think we should be considerably better than St Etienne. Plus we rotated in the first leg and we won that one, so why not rotate a little bit now? If we get knocked out, not going to be too heartbroken. It'd be nice to win this competition, but I'd rather win the league, so let's keep our players fit for that. So we've got Donnarumma in goal. That's right, Donnarumma in goal, because I mentioned Jack Butland not conceding goals, and now I'm scared. Donnarumma played in the first leg as well. He's kind of our Europa League goalkeeper, and I bet he loves it. Back 4 of Lazar, Romagnoli, Zuma and Makey. George could play, but why not play Lazar? Because we're rotating. Bozara and Bertolacci in midfield, and then in behind the front one of Benzema, we've got Bonaventura, Ceballos and Lamar. So let's press all the buttons to get into the game. I think Dave's finally stopped barking now. Oh, this has been a stop-start video. I hope that's not an omen. I've had to stop recording about 3 times already. I've probably made stupid team selection decisions because of it, because I'm not really concentrating on it. Right, let's have a look. I mean, it's too late if we've done something stupid now. Zuma, not match fit. Bonaventura, not match. How is Bonaventura not match fit, and why? I bet we've not made him into an inside forward, which is, as we all know by now, is what he needs to be. So we'll make him an attacking midfielder. Lamar can be a playmaker over here. We're going to play without a winger. Why not? We know how good Lamar can be as a playmaker, and Ceballos is probably better as an attacking midfielder anyway. Obviously, if this slightly makeshift team doesn't look like it's going to do the job, we have plenty of firepower on the bench to come and change things around if need be. But all we really need is for Donnarumma to show me he's as good as you lot reckon he is. What just happened? Whoa. Bertolacci with a brilliant through ball to the St Etienne forward there. And we're very lucky that they've just cannoned it back off the post. Donnarumma was beaten, and I mean, that was just silly. Hopefully that's our silly moment out of the way and they didn't capitalise on it. Right, what can Makey do? He finds Lamar. Lamar is in behind there. Bonaventura knocks it across to Benzema. It's only his 5th goal of the season, but remember, he doesn't play very often. He's like Donnarumma. He's basically only playing in Europe for us. And tucks it away. That's an away goal for us as well. So we're 3-0 up on aggregate. And we have an away goal. We're pretty much through at this point. If we don't go through from here, we've spectacularly thrown it away with more nonsense like what we saw from Bertolacci a few minutes ago, presumably. Right, Bonaventura to Bertolacci. Tries to play a through ball at the other end, but not as effective as when he's playing it back towards his own goal. Perhaps we just need to spin him around, make him dizzy, and then let him just kick the ball and see what happens. That might be how he's scored those spectacular goals we've seen from him over the last few years in Europe. Perhaps he didn't know which direction he was kicking it in. Who knows? Right, see, there's been a lot of St Etienne attack. I don't really see how that was offside either. I'd love one more goal, and I'd settle down a little bit and just sort of ease into the rest of the match. I am a little bit nervous about the fact that it looks like it's Bayern Munich we're going to be playing as well. So part of me quite fancied just getting knocked out here, so we didn't have to go and have the stuffing kicked out of us by Bayern Munich, because I don't want a massive defeat in the Europa League to then start to affect our league form. But as Juventus seem to be throwing the league away and doing their very best to let us win for the first time in what must be 10 years probably for AC Milan now, I don't know, perhaps we can focus a little bit more on the Europa League. Let's try and win them both. Right, no changes just yet. And we need to keep our eye on Zuma and Bonaventura. Bonaventura probably not so much, because if he gets injured, it's not a disaster, is it? He's a reserve anyway, but Kurt Zuma picking up a knock would be a bit of a problem, because we certainly don't have a player of his quality to draft in for him if he does pick up a knock. And we've been without him a little bit lately, and Jack Butland conceded a goal because of it. It's not like him. So in fact we might take Zuma off now. He's done an hour. It's going to help him with his match fitness. We've got Little Gomez on the bench. There you go. He can come on for Zuma. We know Little Gomez can do a job in Europe. Clean sheet against Barcelona and all that. When it was in like his 10th game for Milan. Probably still barely into double figures for professional games at that point. So then I suppose forget the other stuff that we've seen from him. Forget what happened last year when we were playing Juventus in the Champions League. We'll just focus on the positives for Little Gomez. I mean, he's fallen out of favour massively since then, and it's mainly because I haven't forgiven him for that. I mean, that's poor from Lamar. We know he's better than that. But then there's half an hour left, and we're comfortable here. We probably don't need to worry too much unless they score here, which Donnarumma with a good save. And Makey gets in to make the challenge, and we've let St Etienne have 18 shots here, but 10 of them, I guess, have been from range or have been poor efforts. So I don't know. Perhaps we're defending well and just they're resorting to just hitting it from wherever they can. Donnarumma makes the save there. They're going to get that. That was their 20th shot of the match, and okay, I thought we'd given away a penalty, but we haven't. They've now fouled us, and we're letting them have a lot of the ball, and in attacking areas anyway, and I guess we're just confident we're going to keep them out. It's all right, isn't it? I like that. Ron McNody's picked up a knock now as well. What were we just saying about defenders? Let's get him off. We'll bring Mauri on for him, and we can drop Bazawa back. We can't risk injuries. It's the one place where we don't really have any kind of strength in depth at centre back. So we don't want to be playing the run into the season with Bazawa and Little Gomez as our centre-backs, especially if we've got to play Bayern Munich, because I'm no expert at these kind of things, but I'm pretty sure that won't end well for us. Makey looked like he's having a shot from the touchline there, which is ambitious even for him. Perhaps a cross would have served him better, but beggars can't be choosers. 10 minutes left. I think we've got this wrapped up, haven't we? Shall we all sit back and relax and start thinking about the Napoli game, eh? Goodness me. Donnarumma with a good save there, I think. Or did it hit the post? Who knows? We will take Bonaventura off now. He's not exactly been spectacular, has he? And he is struggling for fitness as well, bless him. He's certainly not a first-choice player for us anymore, but it does mean we can rearrange this midfield to what it looked like at the start of the game. Perhaps get Lamar involved a little more centrally. Because he has scored a lot of goals for us recently, but not from out wide. He's scoring his goals from when he's playing in behind, usually Luan, because Luan creates so much space for him, because we all know I am head of the Luan fan club, having written him off before the season started, shortly after we spent 30-odd million pounds on him, because that's just the sort of thing you get here at Lollujo FM. Right, Benzema finds Lamar, who is a little bit more infield, forces a save out of their keeper, and we're getting our share of a few shots now. This is starting to get a little bit nicer. Now we've rearranged the shape of our front four a little bit. Donnarumma collects nicely again. He's close to being ready, isn't he? We do need to get him some game time. I know you all keep telling me in the comments that I should probably loan him out if I'm not going to play him, but you've seen with what we've had to do with Butland. I don't want to just have one goalkeeper, and it's really hard to find someone to come and sit on the bench while we loan him out. And I don't want to loan him out and then have Butland get injured, or previously O'Horn get injured, and then have to play a youth team keeper in goal when we've got Donnarumma sat there. So I'd rather have him sat there. And if that means he doesn't end up becoming the best goalkeeper in the world, then so be it. There can't be many keepers out there who are playing week in, week out, age 19. And they develop all right. So I don't think we're doing him that much harm, surely. Who knows? I didn't expect that to be a Donnarumma rant. But, occasionally they just fall out of me and I don't even see them coming. We've given St Etienne 3 clear-cut chances today. We need to keep an eye on that, because if we were playing against anyone any good, that could have been a little bit closer than it ended up being. But as it is, we have successfully negotiated the first knockout round of the Europa League, and presumably, Bayern Munich got knocked out by Shakhtar. Interesting. Inter won this. So Inter did the Serie A Europa League double last year as well. I almost said as well. They did that last year, so perhaps we need to emulate them. Let's go and play Napoli. Right, Napoli are in third in Serie A at the moment, and if Juventus carry on avoiding winning matches, which is what they only drew again yesterday, I think it was, they played. So a win today puts us 16 points clear of them, which is ridiculous. So Napoli, although they're 5 points behind Juve at the moment, you could argue if they beat us today, they become our closest challengers. Obviously not mathematically or on points or anything, but momentum and all that. So we've gone back to full strength for this game, or as close as we can get. Romagnoli suspended, but Jack Butland comes back in goal. George comes back in at left back, and Little Gomez continues where he ended the last game, but this time alongside Kurt Zouma. Bazoa and Danilo are going to be the midfield, and then we have our usual front four. Marcus Rashford doesn't really get into the first choice or the backup version of this front four at the moment. Good job he's young, isn't it? We spent 50-odd million pounds on him. He's not started moaning yet, but we're going to have to give him some game time at some point, because he's good. He's got 7 goals in 10 starts. He's not bad, is he? But yeah, we're gonna go for our usual one, because it would just be silly not to. Zuma's still really struggling for match fitness, and it is a bit of a problem because Romagnoli, as well as being suspended today, is also suspended for the first leg of the... what is this pitch? I was going to say suspended for the first leg of the Europa League against Shakhtar, but what stupid kind of pitch are we playing on here? Are they seriously letting a Serie A team play on a square pitch? This is ridiculous. I don't know if this plays into our strengths or not. I don't have any words. What kind of tactical changes do you have to make to play on a square pitch? I don't know. Higher or lower defensive line? My brain can't compute. I guess we just try and play as we normally do. But it's going to be really cramped in there. Goodness me. Barbosa tucks it in at the far post, so he doesn't care that it's a square pitch. He's basically scored from the halfway line there. On a normal pitch, that was basically the halfway line. But as it is, he was inside the 6-yard box, or level with it anyway. He's not quite inside. In fact, that's quite an acute angle he's tucked that in from. Well played, that man. What a finish. And I don't believe that something's fishy here, because on that 3D replay, the stand was right up behind the goal of this square pitch. Now, this hasn't been a square pitch the last 3 seasons. You're telling me they've moved the stands? I think not, Football Manager. I think you're messing with me. Unless this is a new ground, of course, which I don't suppose I'd know. Certainly not from this screen. Let's have a look at the match information. Not that that's going to help at all. San Paolo, Naples. No idea. That doesn't even sound like a real place. I'm flabbergasted. I've not seen a pitch like this since we were down in non-league to legend. When we were at Boston, I think in a playoff semi-final, way back. We couldn't have been at Boston because we weren't ever in the playoffs with Boston. it was really early on, I think, in non-league to legend, we lost a playoff semi-final because we had to play it on a square pitch and we just couldn't adjust our tactic enough for it to work. And I hope it's not going to batter us today, but there you go, we're 2-1 down and we're in danger of losing a match. We were talking about how Butland doesn't concede goals. We've conceded 2 today because he's basically having to play just on the edge of the centre circle. And I mean, is this why Napoli are a little bit higher up the league than they usually are? They're cheating. I can't even believe this pitch is regulation. And that Gabbiadini bloke up front for him, we almost signed him in January, but then we had to sign Butland instead. But we had a long look at Gabbiadini because he's scored a lot of goals for Napoli this season. But now I understand why. He doesn't have to run very far because they play on this stupid pitch. Lamar's made it 2-2 though. Yeah, there you go. It's not all going to be Napoli, even though you're on your cheating square pitch. We'll just score as many goals as you do because we're better than you are. Look at our players that we've got. Lovely ball from Gabriel Barbosa. That's just about the perfect cross. Left-footed in-swinger from the right wing. Eludes everybody apart from Thomas Lemar, who's there to tuck it away. And Gonçalo Guedes has made it 3-2 just before half-time. Hopefully we can hold on to this lead going into half-time and then try and regroup a little bit because the square pitch has taken us all by surprise a little bit. And I think that's Barbosa with the assist again from heading it down. So he's now on a goal and 2 assists for this game. And 2 of our little skillful little winger folk have just combined to score a goal from a corner. Barbosa nodding it down for Gonçalo Guedes. Still don't know how to say that. I'm never going to learn. To tuck it away. I'm most worried about the fact poor old Jack Butland's conceded 2 goals. As a team, we'd only conceded 11 goals all season going into this game. Butland had only conceded 1 of them. He's going to catch up with O'Horn at this rate. This is ridiculous. How many got? I mean, I guess if my maths is right, that's 13 we've conceded now. We're not going to see on there, are we? Oh, there you go. No, we can see how many we've scored, but not how many we've conceded. We could probably work it out, but that sounds like a lot of work. Right, Makey. Cross my eye. He tried that in the last match, and it has gone in this time. It's his first goal of the season, and you assume that it's accidental, but we saw him try it in the last game. I think he's done it on purpose, because why not? He's our captain. He wants in on the goals. And when you see it close to happening 2 games in a row, and he looked up, he looked at the goal. He wasn't looking at players. He's had a shot from there. And what a goal from Makey. And we're now 4-2 up. Stupid small pitch, hopefully, isn't going to cause us any more problems. We've got our heads around it now. And I want us to get 10 today to show them. Hey, Luan's in. Oh, see, they've come across and covered quite nicely there. Luan dawdled a little bit on the ball and really should have tucked it away. Yeah, we could probably just play everyone in their half. It's all so cramped. I mean, is it harder or easier to play the offside trap when you're squashed up like this? Again, my brain just can't compute it. Luan does score this time, makes up for his faffing about for the previous chance. It's 5-2 now. And Napoli, if you're watching, this serves you right for cheating with your stupid pitch and behind the goal stands that are apparently on wheels. Square pitch indeed. Come on, let's have another 5. Really show them not to mess with us. Get your pitch back to a sensible size or we'll just keep doing this to you every time we come here. Let's have a goal from Butland. He could probably shoot from his own penalty area. Goodness me. Oh, I'm upset about this. Right, let's have Bazawa off. And he will come off for Bertolacci. And I guess Danilo can come off as well then. And we'll bring him... we'll play Ceballos back there. Can he play back? I know he can play back there. I don't know why I'm asking. We'll do it this way around. And that's a perfectly acceptable central midfield combination. And now we've got Lemar. Realistically, for Ceballos to ever get any kind of game time with us, it's going to have to be as one of the midfield 2. He's not going to get a lot of game time in the attacking midfielder role. So he needs to learn to play there. No time like the present, eh? Get in there. Get used to it. Right. Gonçalo is coming off now. And let's bring on Rashford. We haven't seen him for ages. So let's get him on the pitch. There you go. He can play as a winger out there. Why not? He'll be fine. At least he's getting 10 minutes on the pitch. He'll probably grab a goal as well because that's how he rolls. Luan's in. Who was that? Was that Luan who scored that? Lemar. Right, I saw Luan and Gabriel Barbosa near that. I did not see Lemar. Right, there he is. How does he sneak in and actually make this his goal? So Luan with the first shot. Okay, it drops quite clearly to Lemar, who just drives it in across the goal into the far post. 6-2 now, and Napoli, it just serves you right, you bunch of cheats. Right, Rashford, now to Luan. Let's make it 7. Lamar is in. Oh, I'd love to make it 7. What's our highest ever score? I think it's probably one we've set this season, but I don't remember what it is. My memory's not what it was. Right, Gabriel Barbosa finds Lamar. Lamar finds Bertolacci. Luan is in. We have made it 7. I'm really sorry if you're a headphone wearer. I punched the microphone in celebration. If I've burst any eardrums, you listen to your videos too loud. Luan's probably offside there, but who cares? 7-2. Let's make it 8. We've got 10 minutes. We want 8. We want 8. Oh, what were we saying about these potentially being our nearest challenges? We're winning the league today, boys and girls. Right, Rashford to Bertolacci. We are rampant here. And, little Gomez was in there half. We're so cramped up. He's playing centre-back and he's just stood on the halfway line. And it puts him basically on the edge of their area when he steps over it. Right, why have they got the football? This isn't fun. No. Up the other end. We want 8. We want 8. We did that as a chant a minute ago. Does nobody listen to us? Look at those. Look at those performances from Barbosa, Lamar and Luan today. I mean, they are... they're just excellent. And all 3 of them are young. Not one of them's over 25 years old. We have got a team capable of becoming a European superpower here. It's handy, isn't it? Right, George gets the tackle in. Look at that. Well, we're just a good side. I love this. Right, Lamar. Luan, can we get number 8? Luan, out wide to Makey. Whip the crossing. He finds Barbosa. Lamar, out to Makey again. Makey's offside. We're not going to get 8. 7-2 is probably acceptable, though, when we were a little bit worried we might lose at one point. From 2-1 down to 7-2 up, that's probably an acceptable turnaround. And we are 16 points clear of Juventus with how many games to go? We need to get back onto that screen. So there's 11 games to go and we're 16 points clear. We could have this wrapped up in no time. Right, next episode, because we're still attacking on 2 fronts, I'll probably play the first leg of Shakhtar offline again. And then come back to you with the second leg of Shakhtar and Sassuolo, probably. And then we'll review again from there if we're still in the Europa League. I don't know. Hopefully we'll have wrapped the league up before we get to Inter and Juventus. That'd be pleasant. And if you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. Thank you very much for watching.